2 Kings 23, where we at here? 6 to 20, okay? And he brought out the grove from the house of the Lord without Jerusalem unto the brook Kidron, and burned it in the brook Kidron, and stamped it small to power, and cast the power thereof upon the graves of the children of the people. And he broke down the houses of the Sodomites that were by the house of the Lord, where the woman wore hangings for the grove. And he brought all the priests out of the cities of Judah, and defiled the high places where the priests had burned incense, from Geba to Beersheba, and brake down the high places of the gates that were in the entering in the gate of Joshua, the governor of the city, which were on a man's left hand at the gate of the city. Nevertheless, the priests of the high places came not up to the altar of the Lord of Jerusalem, but they did eat of the unleavened bread among their brethren. And the defiled Tupeth, which is in the valley of the children of Hinnom, that no man might make his son or his daughter to pass through the fire to Melech. And they took away the horses that the kings of Judah had given to the sun at the entering of the house of the Lord by the chamber of Nathan-melech, the chamberlain which was in the suburbs, and burned the chariots of the sun with fire, and the altars that were on the top of the upper chamber of Ahaz, which the kings of Judah had made, and the altars which Manasseh had made in the two courts of the house of the Lord, did the king beat down and break them down from hence, and cast the dust of them into the brook Kidron. And the high places that were before Jerusalem, which were on the right hand of the Mount of Corruption, which Solomon the king of Israel had builded for Ashtoreth, the abomination of the Sidonians, and the Chemosh, the abomination to the Moabites, and for Milcom, the abomination of the children of Ammon, and the king defile. And he taketh in pieces the images, and cut down the groves, and filled their places with the bones of men. Moreover, the altar that was at Bethel, and the high place which Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, he made both that altar and the high place he brake down, and burned the high place, and stamped it out small to powder, and burned the grove. And so Josiah turned himself, he spied the sepulchres that were there in the mount, and sent, and took the bones out of the sepulchres, and burned them upon the altar, and polluted it according to the word of the Lord, which the man of God proclaimed, who proclaimed these words. Then he said, What title is that I see? And the men of the city told him, It is the sepulchre of the man of God, which come from Judah, and proclaim these things that thou hast done against the altar of Bethel. And he said, let him alone. Let no man move his bones, so they let his bones alone, with the bones of the prophet that came out of Samaria. And all the houses also of the high places that were in the cities of Samaria, which the kings of Israel had made to provoke the Lord to anger, Josiah took away and did to them according to all the acts that he had done in Bethel. And he slew all the priests of the high places that were there upon the altars, and burned men's bones upon them, and returned to Jerusalem. Getting deep, isn't it?